Good evening, dear gardener of the soul. My name is Mr. James Candlelight, and I'm so happy you've found your way here tonight. Tonight, we step through a hidden door in an old stone wall and enter a place that shouldn't exist, a garden that has grown wild and beautiful in secret, tended only by time and magic and the dreams people have forgotten. We will visit the Garden of Forgotten Dreams, a place where every flower that blooms represents a dream someone once had and let go, where every tree grows from a hope someone planted and walked away from, where everything discarded and abandoned finds new life and extraordinary beauty. There, you will meet Iris, the garden's only caretaker, who tends these forgotten dreams with love and patience, waiting for the day when their dreamers might return to reclaim what they thought was lost forever. This is a story about second chances, about dreams that never truly die, about how what we abandon doesn't disappear, it transforms, grows, and waits for us to remember. Before we enter through the garden gate, let us prepare with deep relaxation so you can fully receive the beauty and wonder that awaits. Settle now, get comfortable, open your heart, let's begin. Imagine yourself walking down a cobblestone street in an old part of town. The buildings are ancient, covered in ivy. The air smells of flowers you can't identify. You're searching for something, though you're not sure what. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and with each number, you will draw closer to the garden gate, deeper into relaxation, further into peace. 10. Feel the stones beneath your feet, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Each step you take is supported. You don't have to carry yourself. The earth does that for you. Let yourself be carried now. Sink into support. 9. Notice your body. Where are you tight? Where are you holding? Perhaps in your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Imagine these tight places as seeds buried in hard earth. Now imagine rain falling gently, softening that earth, allowing those seeds to release, to open, to grow. 8. You are completely safe. This garden welcomes you, has been waiting for you. My voice is your guide. Trust it. Trust the journey. Nothing here will harm you. Only beauty awaits. Only growth. Only life. 7. Thoughts drift through like seeds on the wind. Some land, some don't. You don't need to catch them all. You don't need to plant them all. Just let them float past. Some will take root where they're meant to. The rest will blow away. Your mind can be like a garden after rain, clear, fresh, ready for new growth. 6. This moment is a gift. This rest is necessary. You've been working so hard, growing so much, pushing through so much soil. It's time to bloom now, time to rest in your own beauty, time to simply be. 5. Peace grows inside you like a garden, sometimes wild, sometimes tended, but always alive. Even in winter, the roots remain. Even in darkness, seeds wait. Feel that garden inside you now. Feel its aliveness, its potential. 4. Breathe in gratitude for growth, for seasons, for the patience of seeds, for the way things grow even when we're not watching, for the way beauty emerges from what we thought was dead. 3. You can see it now. An old stone wall, and in that wall a wooden door, painted blue, faded by time, covered in climbing roses. It's slightly ajar. Light spills through, green and gold. This is the entrance. This is the threshold. 2. Your body is so heavy now, so relaxed, sinking like roots going deep. But your spirit is light, ready to grow, ready to bloom. This is the paradox of rest, grounded and free at once. 1. The door opens fully. The garden is revealed. As the story unfolds, you will walk through and discover what grows here, what dreams have taken root, what hopes have blossomed. You are welcome. You are home. You are enough. And now we enter the garden of forgotten dreams. You push the blue door open and step through. The garden that greets you is beyond anything you could have imagined. It's not carefully manicured like formal gardens. This is wild, abundant, overflowing with life. Flowers bloom everywhere, climbing up trees, spilling over paths, erupting from every available space, colors you've never seen before, shapes that seem impossible. Trees arch overhead, their branches heavy with blossoms and fruit simultaneously. Cherry blossoms fall like pink snow, while apples hang ripe and red. Butterflies drift through the air in lazy spirals. Bees hum their ancient songs. Birds call from hidden perches. A stone path winds through the garden, inviting you deeper. And everywhere, absolutely everywhere, things are growing. Not just plants, you can feel it. Dreams are growing here, possibilities, potentials, all the might have beens, taking root and becoming something new. Hello, a voice says from nearby. I've been expecting you. You turn to see a woman standing beside a fountain. She's ageless, could be 30 or 60. Her hair is long and gray-brown, woven with small flowers. Her dress is simple, green, stained with earth and grass. In her hands, she holds a watering can. I'm Iris, she says, with a warm smile. Welcome to my garden. Or rather, our garden. It belongs to everyone and no one. What is this place? you ask, still overwhelmed by the beauty surrounding you. Iris sets down her watering can and gestures around. This is where forgotten dreams come to grow. Every time someone abandons a hope, gives up on a possibility, walks away from a passion, it doesn't die. It comes here. She kneels beside a bush covered in extraordinary purple blooms. This one, for instance, a woman dreamed of being a painter. She was talented, but life got busy. Bills needed paying, responsibilities piled up. So she put away her brushes and forgot. Iris touches the flower gently, but the dream didn't forget. It came here, and look how beautifully it blooms. You walk together down the stone path. Everywhere you look, more impossible beauty. That tree? Iris points to an enormous oak covered in white blossoms. A man dreamed of writing a novel. He got 3 chapters in, then life happened. He thought he'd failed, but his story is here, growing, becoming something magnificent. She leads you past a bed of flowers that seem to glow from within. These are childhood dreams, the innocent ones: astronaut, ballerina, superhero, so pure, so bright. They grow the strongest because they weren't forgotten. They were told they were impossible. But nothing is impossible here. You notice a section of the garden that looks different. The plants there are withered, struggling. What about those, you ask? Iris's expression becomes sad. Those are dreams that were abandoned with anger or bitterness, self-doubt, shame. They struggle because they were rejected, not just forgotten, but I tend them anyway. Sometimes, with enough love, they recover. You continue walking, and Iris shares the stories embedded in the garden. A trumpet vine climbing a trellis, someone's dream of making music, a patch of wild strawberries, someone's hope for a simpler life, a rose garden within the garden, someone's longing for love they thought they'd never find. Do the dreamers ever come back? You ask. Iris smiles. Sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. That's the most magical thing. When someone remembers, when they push through that blue door and see their dreams still here, still growing, still waiting. And then what happens? They can reclaim it, or they can simply acknowledge it, thank it for waiting. Both are valuable. Sometimes we're not meant to return to old dreams. We've grown into different people, but it matters that we see them again. Honor them. Release them properly. You reach the center of the garden where a beautiful fountain stands. The water is crystal clear, bubbling up from an underground spring. It flows over smooth stones into a pool where water lilies float. This is the heart of the garden, Iris says, the source. Sit here for a moment. You sit on the fountain's edge. Iris sits beside you. Look into the water, she instructs gently. You look. At first, you see only your reflection, but then the water ripples and images begin to appear. Yourself, younger, holding a guitar. You'd forgotten. You wanted to learn music once. Life got busy. The guitar gathered dust in a closet, but here, in the water, you see yourself playing. Not just playing, performing, creating, lost in the flow of sound. The image shifts. Now you're painting. You dabbled once years ago. A few canvases, a few classes. Then work got demanding and you stopped. But in the water, you see rooms full of your paintings, galleries, beauty you created. Another shift. You're traveling, standing on a mountain you'd always wanted to climb, swimming in an ocean you'd always wanted to see, walking streets in cities you'd only dreamed of visiting, all the dreams you'd set aside, all the hopes you'd packed away, all the possibilities you'd told yourself were impractical, impossible, too late. They're all here, growing in this garden. Tears stream down your face. You didn't realize how much you'd given up, how much you'd told yourself didn't matter. Iris places a hand on your shoulder. It's okay. They're not lost. Look around. They're still here, still growing, still possible. But I'm too old now. You say, too busy, too tired, too late. Iris shakes her head. There's no such thing as too late. Dreams don't have expiration dates. They just wait. She stands and offers her hand. Come. Let me show you something. Iris leads you to a part of the garden you haven't seen yet. Here, the plants are different. They're strong, established, mature, trees that have been growing for decades. Rose bushes, thick as small trees, vines that have claimed entire walls. These are reclaimed dreams, Iris explains. People who came back, who remembered, who decided it wasn't too late. She stops beside a magnificent cherry tree in full bloom. This was a woman's dream of opening a bakery. She gave it up for 30 years, raised her family, worked jobs she didn't love. Then her children grew up, and she remembered. She was 58 when she finally opened her little shop. That was 15 years ago. It's still there, still thriving. And so is her dream tree. You move through this section, and Iris tells more stories. A garden of herbs, a man who became a chef at 62 after a lifetime in accounting. A flowering vine that's overtaken an entire arbor. A woman who wrote her first book at 70 and went on to write 12 more. A bed of sunflowers, each one taller than you. Someone who started painting after retiring and whose work now hangs in galleries. It's never too late, Iris says again. That's what this garden teaches. Dreams wait. Life is long. There's always time. But what if I've changed? You ask. What if I'm not the same person who had those dreams? Then the dreams will change with you, Iris says. Watch. She kneels beside a small plant that's just beginning to sprout. As you watch, it grows, but not into what you expect. It starts as one thing, then shifts, transforms, becomes something entirely different. More beautiful, more suited to the garden around it. Dreams are alive, Iris explains. They adapt. They evolve. The guitar you wanted to play at 20 might become the piano you learn at 50. The novel you wanted to write at 30 might become the memoir you craft at 60. The form changes, but the essence remains. The desire to create, to express, to contribute, to live fully. That never goes away. It just waits for you to remember. You spend the rest of the day in the garden with Iris. She shows you how to tend dreams, yours and others, how to water them with attention, how to prune away doubt and fear, how to fertilize them with courage and small actions. You help her plant new arrivals, freshly abandoned dreams, still tender and uncertain. Will someone come back for these? You ask. Maybe, Iris says. Maybe not. But they'll grow anyway. And even if no one reclaims them, they add beauty to the world. That's not wasted. As the sun begins to set, painting the garden in gold and rose, you sit together on a bench beneath a wisteria arbor. What about your dreams? You ask Iris. What did you want to be? She smiles. I was a therapist. A good one, I think, but I burned out. Couldn't hold all that pain anymore. I thought I'd failed, that I'd wasted my training, my passion for helping people. Then I found this garden, or it found me, and I realized I'm still helping, just differently, still tending growth, still nurturing what wants to live. My dream didn't end. It just blossomed into something I couldn't have imagined. She looks at you. That's what I want you to remember when you leave here. Your dreams aren't dead. They're not even really forgotten. They're just waiting. And whenever you're ready, whether that's tomorrow or 20 years from now, you can come back through that blue door and your dreams will still be here. Or maybe you'll find them growing wild in your own life, in forms you didn't expect, in moments you didn't plan, in ways you couldn't have predicted. Either way, they're not lost. They're just growing somewhere you weren't looking. As twilight deepens, Iris walks you back to the blue door. The garden is even more beautiful in this light. Everything glows. Everything seems to hum with life and possibility. At the door, Iris takes your hands. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for remembering. Will I forget again? You ask. When I go back to my regular life? Probably, Iris says, honestly. Most people do. The world is loud and demanding, but now you know the way. You can always come back. The door is always here. You just have to look for it. She releases your hands and reaches into her pocket. She pulls out a small packet of seeds. Plant these somewhere, she says. Your windowsill, your yard, a pot on your balcony, anywhere. When they bloom, they'll remind you. They're your dreams, made physical, made real. You accept the seeds with reverence. What will they grow into? You ask. Iris smiles mysteriously. Whatever you need them to be. Whatever you're ready for. She opens the blue door. Beyond it, you can see the street where you started, though it seems brighter now, more colorful. Go well, Iris says. Live fully. Remember often. You hug her, this strange, beautiful woman who tends the dreams of the world. Then you step through the door. You're back on the cobblestone street. The door closes behind you. When you turn to look, it's just an ordinary door in an ordinary wall, old, weathered, easy to miss. But you know what's on the other side now. You look down at the packet of seeds in your hand. They're real. This wasn't a dream. You walk home with new purpose, new hope. That evening, you plant the seeds in a pot on your windowsill. You water them carefully. And as you do, something shifts inside you. A recognition, a remembering. Those dreams you set aside, they're still there, still possible, still yours. Maybe you won't pursue them exactly as you once imagined. Maybe they'll grow into something different, something better suited to who you are now. But they're not dead. They were never dead. They were just waiting in a garden for you to remember. A week later, the seeds sprout. 2 weeks later, they're growing strong. A month later, they bloom. The flowers are like nothing you've ever seen. Each petal a different color. Each bloom singing a different possibility. And when you look at them, you remember the garden, Iris, the fountain, your reflection in the water, all those dreams still growing. And you think, maybe it's not too late. Maybe I could. You don't finish the thought. Not yet, but you smile. Because you know the door is there. The garden is there. Your dreams are there, waiting, growing, blooming, ready for you whenever you're ready for them. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, imagine that garden. See its wild beauty, its impossible abundance, its patient, persistent life, and know that your dreams, all of them, the ones you remember and the ones you've forgotten, they're there, growing, transforming, becoming more beautiful with time. They haven't abandoned you. You haven't lost them. They're just waiting in a secret garden behind a blue door in an old stone wall. And you can visit any time, in sleep, in daydreams, in quiet moments when you remember who you wanted to be. The door is always there. The key is simply remembering to look for it. Let yourself rest now. Let yourself dream. And in your dreams, maybe you'll push open that blue door. Maybe you'll walk those stone paths. Maybe you'll see what's growing that you planted long ago. Maybe you'll water it, tend it, take seeds home with you. Or maybe you'll just sit by the fountain and remember that's enough. That's everything. You are a garden yourself, full of seeds, full of potential, full of impossible beauty waiting to bloom. Let yourself grow in your own time, in your own way. The garden knows, the garden waits, the garden welcomes. Sleep now, dear gardener. Sleep and dream of growing things, of second chances and new seasons, of forgotten dreams remembered, of beauty that never dies, only transforms. Good night.